Well, we have learned so much about Sean Combs, maybe more than any of us really wanted to know. Something that we have finally gotten the details on is the verdict, you guys. Verdict is in, and I'm going to let you know right off the top of this video, not guilty on the majority of the charges levied against him. I'm going to give you all the details. Let's get into some pop culture news for today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on breaking news. Now, over the last few weeks, almost a month's worth of testimony, we heard from employees. We heard from former girlfriends. We heard stories about what was going on in those hotel rooms. And we heard women say they were there against their will. We heard women say that they were SA'd by Sean Combs. The jury heard all of that. The prosecutors wanted the jury to believe that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise. Now, based on this verdict that was read today, they just did not see it. And I'm going to get into each of the counts and let you know what the decision was. The big one, the most important one, some would argue, because it carried a mandatory life in prison, is racketeering. And I can tell you right now, not guilty. Now, that is a 180. As court ended yesterday, the jury pool sent a note to the judge letting the judge know that they were gridlocked. They were not able to make a final decision on the RICO charge. They were encouraged to go back and to continue to deliberate. Well, what a difference a night makes, because they come in this morning, an hour maximum of being in that jury room, and they let the judge know that they have made their decision on all of the charges. RICO, not guilty. Now, the S trafficking charges, that is S trafficking of Cassie Ventura Fine, S trafficking also of Jane Doe, not guilty as well. Nothing on any of those charges. Now, that is the majority of what he's even charged with out the door. What was he found guilty of? What was he actually found guilty of is going to be 2 charges. He was found guilty of the transportation to engage in, let's call it lady of the night work, if you will, for both Cassie and for Jane. Those are the only guilty verdicts that we had. Now, when the verdict was read out based on the court sketches and the reports coming out for people that are in the room, Diddy dropped to his knees. Now, the judge made it very clear. He didn't want any outbursts in the courtroom when the verdict was read. He wanted it handled extremely professionally. When the judge left the bench, I can tell you, Diddy himself started to clap. That made the gallery start to clap, according to multiple reports. Copious amounts of tears. All of his children are there. There's reports of everybody crying. His mother is there. His sister is there. Obviously, they want to be in the building for the verdict to be read. And that's exactly what happened. Now, in a very big shock, you guys, a little bit of a twist. Diddy's legal team is asking for none other than bail. They are asking that the judge release him today. Now, the 2 charges that he was convicted of, like I said, that is the lesser of the charges, right? Both of these charges, one for Cassie, one for Jane, they come with a maximum of 10 years in prison each. However, there are no mandatory minimums on either of those charges, so it is 100% to the discretion of the judge how much time he's going to spend behind bars, if he even spends any time behind bars, because technically, he's been in trouble before. We know he was acquitted on the charges way back in the 90s. This is Diddy's first brush with the law. So it is hard pressed to see the judge giving him 20 years if he's never been in trouble before, if you will. But we will just have to wait and see. The rub is that sentencing can take place anywhere from 60 to 90 days after the verdict is read. And so that is why Diddy's team is asking that he be allowed to go home. Now, the prosecutors, of course, are adamantly against this, letting the judge know that whether or not he was found guilty of all the charges is not relevant. He was found guilty of some. Because he was found guilty, he should absolutely remain behind bars. You let me know in the comments what you think about that. And if you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so now so you don't miss out on the breaking news, because we are not done with Diddy yet. The prosecutor said that he is guilty of some of his charges. He should wait in the detention center until sentencing. The judge is not so sure. The judge is open to hearing arguments. Those arguments are being submitted now. Once we have an update on that, of course, we'll bring that over to you. Now, Diddy's team said he does not have access to his jet. According to Diddy's team, it is currently out on loan. I told you guys he's been making money behind bars, loaning out his jet. That is up on my TikTok. Find me under the same name. They say he does not have access to his jet. They also said that he would like the permission to be able to travel between New York, LA, and Miami. They also threw out a number. They said from a bond perspective, they're willing to do $1 million. Diddy's defense attorney said that his client would never throw away the gift that he has been given, saying that the jury has given him his life back, and that is 100% accurate. With Rico off the table, he's no longer looking at life behind bars. Now, he's played a poker face this entire time. All commentation that's been coming out of the room, nobody could gauge how he was actually feeling. Today is the first day we saw that outpour of emotion. I'm sure what a relief lifted off of his shoulders. It's something that is going to be talked about for years, this particular trial. Maybe you agree. Let me know in the comments. Do you believe with what a lot of people have been saying was that he was overcharged? The charges that he was facing just didn't actually fit what the evidence was providing, because they were asking the jury to believe that Combs Enterprises, and Bad Boy Entertainment have been criminal enterprises. Essentially, they are fronts to help him to carry out criminal activity. At the end of the day, a jury of your peers is who has to be convinced, and they were not convinced. Now, all eyes are on the front of that courtroom. Live feeds are currently up watching the front of that courtroom, because if he is granted bail, we will be seeing Sean Combs walk out the door as technically a pseudo free man. He'll have to wait the next 60 to 90 days to see what his sentencing is going to be. Do you guys think that he's going to be released on bail? It will be quite Do you guys think he'll be released on bail? Certainly will be a spectacle if he does. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you find me on my TikTok, because I'm going to be going live and I'm going to break down for you when we get the verdict on the bail, or the decision rather on the bail. I'm going to have that information. Cassie Ventura Fine, her attorney has already released a statement. The Southern District of New York, the lead attorney for the Southern District of New York, has also already released a statement. We're going to be breaking all of that down. We are nowhere close to done with Mr. Sean Combs, but I know he's feeling much better than he has in the last month or so. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Sean Combs acquitted on the majority of his charges.